I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The lyric scientist lab.
Places, dogs, cats, mouse, raccoons, badgers, bandits, beavers, and platypuses. Welcome all to the 206th episode of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast.
I forgot the most important one of all.
The bat.
The lab rats.
The lab rats. Yeah, okay. Well, man, damn, yes. Absolutely, we cannot forget about the lab rats because that is y'all. Welcome to the 206th episode of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is I, RJ, the pizza guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist, and there's that famous, it's not a thumb, it's a finger. My God.
Yeah. Ever since you started doing the fucking, there's a famous thumb.
Dude, your thumb is famous.
That's not at
Dude,
all.
if I go into a museum one day, I want to see Jared's fist made of like the nicest marble stone with just the thumbs up emoji. I want it. I want that for you.
It would probably be a middle finger.
Yeah, that is more. It is more like Jared, and that person you heard speak, folks, is our good friend Bobby. Bobby,
Hey.
welcome back to the podcast.
Bobby B.
Thank you,
Bobby
sir.
B.
Thank you. Very, very glad to be here with you, gents. Thank you for inviting me back. I know the last time was a very quick one, but
That's
definitely,
okay.
definitely
That's what
glad
she
to
said.
be. Exactly. Yes.
I'm
I'm all about the quick ones.
Yeah, sometimes being quick can be efficient.
Hey, exactly. That's what I say. I'm just being efficient.
Yeah, you know, if you got things to do.
You just want to do, you're in it for yourself. You're not in it for everyone else.
Yeah, it's all about number one.
Yeah. Numero uno, as they like to say here around the young folks.
All I know is I've never faked it.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I don't think guys, put it this way, I don't think I've ever seen a guy purposely make that face, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're like acting or something, that's one thing, but
Not
I don't
acting, but like, if you're just not into it.
know. Well, I mean, if you're not into it, that's one face, but the face.
Well, you gents are probably a little bit more, what's the word?
Seasoned.
Yes. they think, yes, definitely. Because, like, I have never not been into it.
Yeah, no.
Or you
No.
could say risque.
Risque is, I like that
Seasoned is probably better.
Okay.
word. Risque is, it's a classy word, I think. Even though it means something completely the opposite, it just sounds more appropriate.
How does it mean the opposite?
I don't know. Risque to me has always been kind of like racy,
Yeah.
obviously.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
I
it
understand
can
that.
be. Could be.
I don't know what I was going to say furthermore, so we are going to continue on with the next topic.
I want to know if he knows what you're trying to talk about.
I
Or
don't.
trying to say, I should say.
Well, yeah, but I was just going to say nobody makes that face like
Oh,
deliberately.
yeah, we should have a fucking lab rat emoji. Shout out to Epic, by the way.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Evic.
He put a rat among other animals and emojis, but he put a little mouse in there.
Dude,
Lab
we could
rats.
get a little
I like
lab rat
that.
with like
I like
glasses
that.
or
That's
something
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
I came up with it a long time ago, and then RJ was like, "Why should we call him that?" I'm like, "Cause it's mad scientists."
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but I didn't want our fan base, our loyal 8 viewers, to think we're, what is it, diminishing them by calling them rats.
They could. It could have been worse.
Yeah, there's a
It
lot
could've-
of shows
Lab-
that have
look,
way
look,
worse than what they
yeah.
call their
We
people.
could have called them lab monkeys,
Yeah. No,
lab
but
rabbits. What else did they test on? Guinea
Chimpanzees.
pigs,
Yeah.
chimpanzees.
Guinea pigs. I think guinea pigs is the worst one by far. Though.
Yeah. Rats is cool because it's edgy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
Rats.
Like
yeah.
rats are dangerous.
We're edgy. They're edgy.
Yeah.
We're sharing the fucking love. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
bro.
we're hip.
I think about crazy
know,
shit, so
yeah.
like, don't fucking put my shit down.
both carry diseases.
Yeah, there
I'm
we
just
go.
saying. After a while, I'm going to leave the podcast and let y'all deal with the comments.
That's all right. I mean, leaving,
All love for the rats.
all love for the rats. Shout out to our rats out there.
Lab rats.
Lab rats.
It's not the same.
Lab
one.
rats. I got to have the lab in there. Right.
I'm going to call you Lab Rat McFadden. All right. So,
I like that, though. Lab rats.
McFadden.
That's dope.
I hit a little close.
Lab rats.
yeah. But anyway, Bobby B, welcome back to the show, man. Again,
Thank you,
as
sir.
always, it's good to have you on. Or even if it's your second time. You were here for our 200th episode.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. And
Yes, sir.
my birthday, and we had a great time that night and just drifted off into wherever the day took us.
Dude, yeah. No, it was great times. Thank you for having me. And I'm glad to be back. And, man, I know you guys touched on a little bit on one of your last podcasts, but we definitely got to get into,
Yeah. So what I was going to
Get into what?
The comedy.
Oh
Austin
yeah,
comedy
yeah,
rejection tour.
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
No, because I was actually very excited last week when you had come back around to the good old Northern VA, and I was looking forward to seeing how that event went down there overall. I know you touched on it a little bit, but I know that you went down there with Bobby, and you guys, what is it? You put them in their places.
Well, no, it felt good, like to feel like an actual comic that's on the road.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm still new to this shit, and like I haven't been on big shows, and I could get in. Me and him got into some deep conversations about like certain places, about like and how people are in comedy and how people are in other places. But I don't know how deep I want to get into that. Anyway, it felt good to actually have a chance to see what a professional comedian does.
Yeah.
And like the normal day you go about it. Basically, you wake up, you do shit around town, whatever
Killing
you're
time,
in.
dude.
Just kill time till the night.
Yeah.
Go to the club, do your spot, and then either party or go back to sleep and get ready for the next day or the next show. And then just doing whatever you can just to get from spot to spot.
Right.
So let me ask you guys, how many, because Jared, he had quite the weekend. I'm sure you guys had quite the weekend while you were down there, him going to his first Formula One event. He touched a lot about that last week.
Yeah.
He was so excited, and like he was telling me all the stuff that like I'm not a car guy. I don't know jack shit about this stuff.
It's
like,
okay. It's all right.
he's like, you don't know who Hamilton is? He's the only black like driver, and I'm like,
Ever.
and I'm like,
At F1 anyway.
F1, right, and I'm like, I have no idea.
It's okay, man. I have definitely done a little bit of my due diligence, and I'm kind of with you on that. I've never been a big racing guy in general. So a big portion of my dad's side of the family is, but it's just it never clicked with me when I was a kid.
This is different than that NASCAR.
Look,
I know it's different.
and RJ, I made that mistake, and then like he almost slapped me when I said, "Oh, you like NASCAR? What the?"
I like NASCAR.
That Batman Robin meme. Where he slapped
but
me
it's-
across the
that
face.
was
It's not on the level that
Formula
F1
One is not that.
No, it's not. Like they're all spec cars. Like F1, every car is different on the grid. NASCAR is a little different. They have their own rules. Everybody has their own rules. It's just F1 is about precision. It's about engineering, data collection, basically nerd shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I like it more.
No.
And I'm not saying that NASCAR, they don't collect all the same information. It's just I think NASCAR is a lot of the technology that's in your car now comes from F1.
Oh.
Like,
Okay.
like hybrid engines, regenerative brakes, all that shit came from F1.
That's dope.
Oh, that is pretty dope. But what I was going to ask is how many, I guess, comedy spots did you guys hit while you were down there? Because from the way Jared was making it sound, it's kind of like the place to kind of be, or one of them.
Well, you can't walk down the street without seeing comedy or a comedian or fucking seeing a show
or crackheads.
Oh yeah.
Jared did tell
a
me
lot of crackheads on 6th Street.
He did.
Shout
tell
out
me,
to 6th Street.
Yeah, he did tell me that you guys had a homeless man approach you and then wanted him to get him a slice of pizza.
Dude, and I feel so bad now, Jared, that I didn't buy that motherfucker something to eat.
Hold on. I don't.
I do.
Because he was. You know why? First of all, I felt his energy. He was being a dick about it.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%, bro.
I've been look. This is Catholic guilt playing it over and over in my head.
It's not that. It's just.
No, my Catholic guilt was like analyzing the shit. I'm like, God, was I just being a total?
But that's not Catholic guilt. That's just a person. I talked about this before. That's self-reflection. That's not Catholic guilt. Because I do it all the time. I've been doing it all week because of certain shit.
Yeah.
But, no, he was being a dick. Like, first of all, you're on a bike, bro.
Yeah, he did. Look, I think he rode this way. Yeah, he was riding towards us, and like we got out of the way. Was he towards us?
No, he came from behind.
I'm sorry, behind us. He was coming up from behind us, right? And like I was, moved out of the way to give him room so he can go. And then he stops and he basically is like, "Hey guys, I just want something to eat. Can you all buy me something to eat, please? And I don't want any money." And it's so funny, too, because I always have a rule. It's like, look, if you want some food, I will buy you food. And I've done it before. In money, it's like, all right, you know what?
Yeah, we don't know
know.
what you're gonna
We
spend
know what's
with.
gonna happen.
Yeah, you're gonna go buy drugs.
That's generalizing. That's not true.
That is generalizing, but like I don't know what's going to happen to it, and like I don't know that I want to feed the addiction if that's what's going to happen. So it's like 50-50. But you do truly like, and I remember one time I was in DuPont Circle.
He wanted us to take him to fucking.
That was a bit much. Okay,
I was like, I said it last week. I'm not taking you on a fucking date, dude. That's not a dinner date.
Reservation for 3, like,
like, what the fuck?
2 plus cracky.
Come out with the bib in and everything.
But like,
and
and it was funny too because they were like, no, we don't have any money. I'm sorry, man. We're going in it, and then like he was leaving it, and he started driving away. I'm like, and I felt bad, so I said, I'm sorry, and he's like, don't say it if you don't mean it. And then he drove away in a huff. And he rode away in a huff. And I wanted to say something like, well, sell that damn bike and then maybe you'll have some. No.
At that point,
I felt
at that point, it's just, you let him go. Like, I don't know.
we did. We both just said whatever.
Because I here's what I've kind of learned / theorized about situations like that. They know we're not from there. So they're going to be like, oh, these motherfuckers ain't slick with it. They're going to fucking probably more than likely do what we ever ask. And I've been in situations where I've been in places, Baltimore for one of them, where we're not from there, but one of my buddies, this was years ago, one of my buddies, he wanted to get a fake ID because we were under 21. We couldn't get into any of the bars or anything like that. So this dude, and mind you, this dude was fucking huge. Like, he was like, yeah, I could help you guys get a fake ID. And he was like, yeah, just come on over here. And me and 2 of the other guys were like, I think I'm good, bro. I don't want it. But he was like, no, guys, we're good. What up? This motherfucker ends up going with this guy. And then next thing you know, he's coming back, fucking holding his chest. They beat his ass, fucking trying to take all his shit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that does happen. That does happen.
So, that's why I don't feel bad. I was like, I don't have cash. Like, if I literally don't carry cash just because of that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the fuck, what might be on your mind. Like, I don't know if you're in withdrawal and you're just smart enough to be aware of what's happening.
Right.
I'm not fucking around with that shit.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't got time. Sorry. Like, I'm not
we were on our way to an open mic.
Yeah, we were doing something.
Yeah. So to answer your question, we're going right back around to it. I believe we had signed up for 3. We did the Kill Tony.
All right.
There was an open mic that was actually before the Kill Tony show. I think it was the crew special.
And then there was the after one, which I don't even, bruh.
Oh, well, yeah. There was that one. Oh, technically it's 4 then, because then we did the what's it called, the coffee and whatever, which really was like
Java and jokes. It was still cool. That was cool though.
That was cool to get on that stage.
Yeah.
and yeah, so we did we signed up for about 4. There are many more places, but again, this is our first trip, like going to Austin for the comedy. I'd been to Austin once before. This is Jared's first time.
Yeah, I'd never been at all.
But like I'd gone just like, the touristy thing. You see the Capitol and all that stuff, state capitol and everything in Texas. And I got family that live in Texas anyway, in San Antonio, so I go there often. So, but yeah, this is the first time doing the comedy thing. So we're really just feeling out. There are just so many open mic places. It kind of has that New York feel because a lot of the folks that are, from other places like California and New York and just come in there, and you could just feel that energy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you felt that when you were there, but like I definitely felt that just comic energy. And again, that particular part of the city, it's a little grimy, which you want in your comedy.
Yeah. So that's where funny shit comes from.
It does. Just like we could make up a whole routine about the guy on the bike.
Like actually the lady that was when we were waiting for the open mic before Kill Tony.
Mm-hmm.
We were waiting. When I went to go check
I remember.
Check the names. I saw that. That lady that came up to me with the $1, and I'm still kind of working that out. And
that one's really funny though.
Yeah, it's gonna.
He did tell me about the lady from last week, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
So you're so handsome. Do you have $1?
Yeah, I was like, God damn, let me get a chance to absorb the compliment.
Yeah.
The funny part is she was holding $1 already
The whole time. Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute,
she's
look
walking. No, she's literally. Hold on, let me switch it back. She was walking like this, and she was just like, "You're so handsome." Like, I guess to make it seem like I have money, I don't need your money. I'm gonna compliment you now to bring your guard down. See, I'm telling you, I do this whole psychological thing in my fucking head when scenarios like this come up. So it's like, oh, I'm just the dollar's here, so I don't seem threatening because I already have money. I'm not going to ask you for money. I'm going to compliment you. Then I'm going to say, oh, excuse me, do you have $1 or whatever she asked for? You say no because she's playing the numbers game at this point. Then she goes directly to the person next to me, and the couple. Remember I'm not going to say it too loud, whatever.
Yeah.
But they're standing next to me, and she goes straight to them. You guys are such a handsome couple or a nice couple. And I was like, oh, this bitch is fucking playing me.
You know, it would have been nice to know how high she was so that way you could do like the Jedi mind trick over the dollar she already had. It's like, look, you have $1 in your hand already.
Yeah.
I just look, there's two. Yeah, exactly.
You're about to
pull a David Blaine on her. Exactly. Yeah.
That would have been,
it's like reach into your pocket.
That's
There's
one
already
thing
$1.
I cannot be. I know people who are a good judge. I haven't been around people who do drugs enough to realize, but I know people who can spot a motherfucker, like what drug they're on and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think meth I can spot because those are kind of obvious reasons.
Like the eyes roll back.
No, not literally on meth at the moment. God damn.
It's like
fucking missing teeth and shit. Hey there,
yeah,
Jared.
it's the teeth. Yes,
I've seen somebody with their eyes roll back in their head. They were on ecstasy one time, and I was like, "What the fuck is this shit? I'm never taking that shit, bro."
I did that shit once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it once.
How was it?
I will say it's not something I normally do. I was kind of pressured into it, and I just kind of caved.
Oh.
But it was way back in high school, man. So it's been a very, very long time. So we did it. It was, put it this way, it was kind of cool, but at the same time, when it's a new experience kind of thing, you feel different.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of a naturally kind of a worrisome, fidgety person to begin with. So, maybe I'm in my head a little too much sometimes.
Exactly what it is.
This is why we have to go get you to come to Austin with us next time.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I'm gonna feed the homeless man pizza.
I keep trying to get him out, fucking out and about, but
Dude, we're gonna make it happen, RJ. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna get you out of this place, and
I'm never coming back.
And you're gonna see some shit.
I mean, you could come up.
I can curse on here, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
What do you think this is?
You fucking cocksucker! Yeah, there you go.
This guy.
Yeah,
I'm glad the mics cut all that extra shit out.
Yeah.
You be screaming in my ear. I hear everything in here.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
So yeah, it was an amazing time. I really enjoyed just like you said, Jared, like seeing like what a professional comic goes through in the day in life. And it is like during the day, you just got to fill your time if you're either at a job or doing something, making money or hustling, whatever you got to do. And then just you're waiting for the sun to go down and for the first open mic to be open to sign up.
Even beyond open mics, like it's the same principle there. Like if you're in a new town you've never been to, you're like, all right, what's the popping shit that's here? Like first thing we did, we got on the ground. We were both hungry. We were like, Terry Black's. Hit Terry Black's right away.
That was so.
Yeah, he was telling me about it, man.
Bro, it is so good. It's like the best barbecue.
What up, Londa?
Londa, what up, homie?
Best barbecue.
Yeah, it was good. I wish I didn't get the sausage though. Pause.
I'll bet you.
What is happening?
I'll bet you have sausage regrets.
I still got the turkey though. I know one thing I learned about you on the trip was fucking this motherfucker. He cannot stand turkey. Like he was like turkey gives him gas. I'm like, I've never heard of anybody getting gas from poultry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this guy, this guy.
His ass be like.
Let me tell you. Oh, it's bad for me and pretty much anybody south of me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you don't want. Nobody likes a crop duster, man.
Oh no, and it's like putrid. It's not good.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Well,
we did pick the wrong time to go to that place though. We
It was so full.
It was lunchtime
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
If you do
on a
anything-
Saturday.
we were
it's like
hungry,
going to
dude.
Wegmans on
F1
Sunday.
weekend.
Oh yeah.
Here, this place doesn't look like it'll have any patrons.
And my God, the amount of another thing about circling back to the F1 thing, so many Europeans, dude.
Yeah, he was
it was
telling
a
me
lot
that.
of
Wow.
Europeans.
Yeah, he was telling me that. Like there was
Probably
just
and a lot of
boatload
Mexicans too.
And it's funny because he was breaking that whole thing down too. Like that like certain
yeah.
drivers of certain ethnicities, you could tell like what the fan base is going to be and that kind of thing.
And I could prove it by just knowing what they were wearing. Like because each team has two drivers.
Yeah.
So, but I know most of the drivers' numbers, so I could tell. So like, and this is broad generalization, folks. This is not fucking stereotype racism or whatever you want to call it.
PSA here, or what's it called? A disclaimer.
Disclaimer like shit. So I saw an Asian guy, and he had AlphaTauri shit on. AlphaTauri is Red Bull's second team that they have.
Okay.
The only fucking team on the grid that's a second team. But the guy had AlphaTauri stuff on. There's 2 drivers on AlphaTauri.
All right.
There is Daniel Ricciardo, who just came back. Long story on that. And then there's Yuki Tsunoda.
All right.
Yuki Tsunoda is from Japan. The guy was Asian.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was Japanese. Could have been, because there's a lot of money in F1.
Yeah.
So he could have been from straight up from Japan, but he had Yuki Tsunoda's his full garb on.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the Sergio Perez,
Yeah.
Checo. Same thing. Mexican people or Hispanic people, mostly, probably more likely Mexican,
Oh, yeah.
wearing all Checo.
Right.
Then you have the occasional just Red Bull fans who wear Max Verstappen, and they had all number 1. But you could tell. And then
He wasn't wrong, though. We went to bars, and I would see them. I'm like, oh, shit, he's right. Look, they're wearing stuff, too.
No, you're learning as you go. It's like, okay,
and then the Hamilton fans. Now, Hamilton's a little different. Yes, he is black, but he's mixed. His dad's black, his mom's white, and he's from Britain, so he's like a mixture of everything. But he's also a 7-time world champion, so he's been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a very large fan base. Like, if the races in Brazil this weekend, they love him down there. He's like an honorary citizen down there.
Oh, that's pretty
Damn.
dope.
Yeah.
Dude, he's probably got all sorts of just going on down
I
there.
don't know. He's worried about his career. He wants that 8th world championship.
Yeah.
Dang. That's,
You can tell, and like, if you watch F1 on TV, if you go, when we were in Austin, people who were wearing Lewis Hamilton stuff, majority of them, as few as far they were black.
Okay.
So the theory's sound. People will go with who they identify with, and that's why it is important to have representation in everything.
Yep.
That's all. I'm gonna say that, and I'm not gonna be political about it.
No, but you're right,
But
though.
it's facts.
That's some deep shit, Jared.
I know.
Dude, that
But
was,
it's funny
that was
'cause
pretty deep shit.
It's funny because we were having the conversation about it as he was educating me about that Formula One stuff. He said all that stuff, and then later on that night, we'd go to bars and we'd see like people, like, little groups of people, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah.
But then
he's
it's like,
absolutely right.
I can go up and start a conversation with these folks because Jared taught me.
Or the
Right,
Ferrari
right.
people, the
Italians.
the two Italian guys.
Italians,
Yep.
like 100%.
One of the guys is Italian. One of the guys is actually, I think one's Spanish. London might be able to help me out. One's Spanish and one's French, but the team is Italian. So
Yeah.
and even still, like a Spanish person could look like an Italian person. You know what I'm saying?
I started getting into it too. I'd be like, look, Jared, there's some Ferraris right there.
Yeah, there you go. It's like you're hunting wild Pokemon or some shit.
exactly.
Dude, look, the over there on the bush.
Now, when you see somebody that doesn't fit the description, I should say, then that's when it's like, oh, they really know what the fuck they're into the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember those tall blonde German dudes, and you're like,
At the
yeah.
See, I have this thing again.
But you called it though.
I know.
Like, what
have this-
was it? Mercedes or no? It wasn't Mercedes. It was
Yeah, it was Mercedes.
You're like, you didn't even look. You just had Mercedes.
German.
German, exactly. Yeah.
Damn,
It's like,
dude.
come on, bro. I'm like,
I was like, wow, Jared.
it's a worldwide sport,
It is,
and
yeah.
and
Right.
people get it. It's a home because when their home race comes,
Right.
That's why, like in Austin, you saw it was a lot of, obviously. Well, I was at the race, so I saw a lot of Americans. You watch this shit on in Sao Paulo this weekend. You don't see that same demographic. It's a
No.
whole totally different demographic.
is,
So
yeah.
people get into it just because their home race that they go to and the experience is just that cool.
Now, this
Londa, if you didn't know, I went to the Austin Grand Prix, United States Grand Prix a couple weeks ago. I know Londa's into F1, so.
Now, let me ask you this. This is a very novice question, and I'm surprised I actually haven't asked you before about it. But with the racing, it's built in a seasonal structure.
Yes.
How long does it typically last, like an F1 seasonal
Well, there's
series?
23 races now. So it's gotten kind of long. It used to only be like 20 races or maybe even less than that. But it's gotten longer as the years have gone by. But so it starts in like late February, early March, and then they'll have a summer break, June-ish, maybe August. I can't remember. But then they'll start up again, and then there's like after this weekend there'll be 2 more races. So after that they go on winter break, and then they start the whole thing over again after the holidays and all that. So.
All right. I was just like, we talk about this stuff pretty regularly here on the show, and it never once occurred to me, like, hey, is that like, how's this stuff structured? They're just like, hey, here's a race on that, almost like a boxing event, like, hey,
you gotta remember they gotta schedule this stuff years in advance.
Well, yeah, no, because I know there's obviously different tracks, different locations.
There's different racing organizations that race on those same tracks. Like the race in Austin, that's not the only time that they have a race there.
Yeah, no.
The ones that are in the cities, like Monaco, well, even Long Beach for like NASCAR or the Celebrity Pro or whatever, all that stuff is probably like a one-off because you can't just shut down the city for the entire year and have. Same thing with Vegas. Like I've been seeing on TikTok, people have been upset because of what they're doing to set up the race for Vegas because they're going to be on the actual strip. Yeah. So the residents there are mad because of this and that. I'm like, but you guys live in Vegas. You know it's a tourist town. You didn't move there to fucking have a life to fucking raise kids with a fucking white picket fence. That doesn't even make sense.
No, dude. I don't even think.
Well, the outskirts though, like I have family that actually lives in.
But the race is downtown.
Yeah, downtown is different. yeah, downtown like that's like, what's it called? Tourist paradise.
Yeah.
You know what was cool too? If I can spend a little more time on like again, I'd never been to anything like that, like Formula One thing, and learning more about that. But seeing the track was really dope too, like and how high up it goes, like that.
Yeah. Oh, turn one. Yeah, turn one is like whoop.
So they're really
it looks like a cartoon.
Some of them. It depends on the track.
Oh, that's dope.
It looked pretty high, like when we were driving up. I was like, holy shit.
It's fucking high.
It's high.
I didn't get all the way over there because they had blocked everything off, but like I could see, I got a picture somewhere that I didn't post, but like I was on the straight where the paddock is, where the pit lane is, but I could see up there, and I got a picture, and you could see how it just goes basically straight up.
Dude, it's so extreme.
Yeah.
It's so funny, too, because he was going to go to the race on Sunday, and I was going to go to church and then go spend time with my family. And
he was going to go be wholesome while I go be a vagrant.
No vagrant.
Watch the earth be destroyed.
Yeah, there you go.
More CO2. More CO2.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll drop you off. You go do that, and I'll go, have lunch with my family, and then drive back and pick you up. It's about like an hour and a half, 40 minutes, depending on traffic. Yeah. But, dude, there's like 2 lanes in, 2 lanes out.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. And the traffic was backed up for like miles. And, like, I didn't realize that the races were only 2 hours long. Yeah. So by the time, like, I go there, I'm having lunch, and he's like, all right, race is over. When can you come get me? I'm like, dude.
I didn't say that. I knew you were going to be a while, but I didn't know it was going to be 2.5 hours, though.
Yeah. And then, he's like, all right, no problem. He ended up walking you did like a 5K that day?
I basically walked as much of the track as I ended up walking part of the track twice because I had to walk, and then they had the part, that's where I saw Checo pop his head out of the pit lane fence.
Yeah.
And there was people just crowded like, Checo. And then, so I tried to keep walking because I wanted to walk up turn 1 and then come back down and just finish the rest of the way. But they had it roped off, and I couldn't get to the other side. So I was like, fuck. So I was like, walk back around. And I was like, I got like another hour and some change, maybe an hour and a half or 2. Mm-hmm. So I walked all the way as much as I could until they kicked me out. They had police fucking clear the track.
Yeah.
And by this time, they're ripping all the stuff down, the decals, and people are stealing fucking DRS fucking signs. And like, why would you want a Pirelli fucking sticker on your wall? I don't like
because it says Pirelli.
A huge Pirelli sticker.
Dude, I mean, some people they might be selling them for all you know. Who knows, man?
Or I got a piece of the track from that race. Or
yeah, I did. I told you I got a piece of rubber from one of the tires. That was kind of
I told him he needs to frame it and everything.
I'm gonna get like a little
my first F1 or something like that.
A little box thing and put it in there. I don't know whose tire it was. It was just a piece of rubber on the track. But like when I first walked out there, you could smell the rubber still.
Oh, I could believe it.
It was very strong, and then you get used to it after a while.
They get him, and he's all like, "It's like, damn!" Like he was all like dirty, and he was like, "Oh man, like I must have gotten like tractored or something. It's like, and then he realized later, no, he was so dehydrated
Dude.
because he was out in the sun
I
for
had
so
been
long.
sweating so much that it was once I dried up, it was all the salt. That was
It's
on.
all the salt,
shit.
dude. Yeah.
Oh my God, Jared's flaking away.
It was probably the salt that fucking from Terry Black's because I was like, God damn.
Yeah. You were being barbecued. You didn't know
Like a
it.
big barbecue, just sat out in the Texas sun, just like, oh yeah.
On a racetrack that's like it's all asphalt and stuff.
I mean, talk about something more American. Nothing really.
yeah.
I could have went up in the Ferris wheel and all that, but I'm not there for that.
Dude, what I was gonna say is, random thought. When you were talking about driving down to, I guess, visit family, is the traffic down there as bad as it is up here? Just kind of like
Not comparative. I mean, it gets bad in periods of time because again, Austin's growing, and so San Antonio, like basically the sprawl, like basically all the Californians that are basically like leaving, and trying to find something.
All the
there.
Northern Virginians.
All the Northern Virginians, all of the a lot of Floridians also moving there as well.
Oh wow, what?
Bro, it's crazy. Well, and again, circling back to comedy, it is like now the hub of comedy, and what's cool about it is there are so many open mics like there are in New York if you know the spots. And it is a little bit easier to get on some places, like for example, bless you, or as my priest likes to do, in the middle of mass when somebody sneezes. Yeah, I'm like, dude, that's
That way he
extra
don't have to
points.
say bless you and
Exactly.
stop the sermon.
He just cues the sermon. He just goes. So and so many opportunities to do comedy. Like there was this we caught a show at this place called Cap City. Remember Cap City?
Yeah.
Small little venue. They have like a big room and then a smaller room where they do open mics. But you got to like basically sign up like the day or so before or something like that.
I think it's like a week in advance.
Yeah, and then basically so you can get on for that show. And again, once you know you're here, then you hit this spot, then you hit that spot. You try to get on this spot. Sometimes you're waiting there. Like we hung in there. Oh my God, there was this terrible open.
It was
mic,
almost. Fuck man, it was late as shit.
It's like almost like 1 a.m.
I don't remember.
It was close to 1 a.m.
I just know I had a fucking headache, and I was and I was starting to drink water. I stopped drinking beer, and I didn't even have a lot of beer. I had
But that was
maybe
on
3
Sunday,
beers.
right? That was on Sunday. Or was it? Yeah, because
Oh no, that was Monday.
Was that Monday? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was before Kill Tony.
Right. So we're trying to get on Kill Tony. Didn't get on Kill Tony. We were a little bummed about that. But it's funny though because we were there, and they basically make you wait in this bar. And so much funny shit happened while we were in that bar, dude. So we're in there and we're just kind of looking around, and basically you just wait until and he mentioned this on the last podcast. Some guy, one of the producers, runs in with a megaphone and calls your name if you're selected, and then they whisk you away, and then you go on stage, whatever. So me and him are just kind of kicking it there, just taking it in, and they have like a little area where you can kind of do stand-up comedy there while you're waiting, but it's so loud. All the comics are talking. There's baseball on. It was the World Series, Game 7 and shit.
It was ACLS.
Oh, yeah. Well, not World Series, excuse me, but it was the ACLS, right? Yeah. And yeah, the game was on, so it was really loud. And like these people were going up there like, no one's listening to you, dude.
Yeah,
but
not at all.
they were just trying to get reps, which I can respect.
But if you I don't know, I kind of feel a type of way. And I'm glad they do it because it's kind of the same. Like it's like to kind of get you warmed up for Kill Tony if you get called on. But at the same time, if you aren't prepared already to be on that show, you probably shouldn't be getting called in the first place. And I get it. That's part of the show. Like just getting random.
It's entertainment, yeah.
Weird fucks up there.
Oh,
like
lots of weird fucks.
Like the one with the guitar.
Oh my God. Let's talk
you
about
can
her.
You can explain
Let's
that
talk
better.
We're again. Oh, shout out to, and I'm going to say his name, if I can mention his name on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Brian something?
Yeah, Bryant. Bryant Smith.
well, that's his...
no, that's his real name.
I know, but his Instagram.
Well, here we go. I'll give him some love because he was a really cool guy.
He was there for us.
He totally walked us through what we needed to do. He's like, oh, this is what's going to happen. They're going to call us up. We're going to do all this stuff here. So, yeah, Bryant Smith and what's his handle here? So, just to give him some love. Yeah. Mickey Louse Club.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Mickey Louse Club.
Mickey Louse Club. Again, and he's a stand-up comic too. He had just moved there like
He said he's been doing it for 12 years.
12 years, but he just moved to Austin again.
Yeah. I think he's been on Kill Tony once before.
Once he said, yeah.
Yeah.
But he was really cool, man, and like shout out to you, Bryant, man, cool dude. And I sent him a note too, just thanking him, and he said, hey man, next time you're in town, let me know. And it's funny too. So like he was chatting us up, and then we were there talking to him because we had no idea where to go, what to do, and he was really cool to us. So while we were waiting there, this random chick just fucking, she looked like, literally, you know what she looked like? She looked like she rolled out of like central casting, and they threw every fucking costume on her.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
God.
slapped a guitar on her and say, "Here you go."
And a suitcase.
And a suitcase. And she was hauling a suitcase.
A guitar and suitcase.
Yes.
And, that should be the name of the episode.
She was so bizarre. She kept saying random shit. Like she saw, and again, I know when I wear this is a Target.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Raiders hat is a Target.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all.
Yeah.
But
At least the motherfuckers just stare at it and
they try to make something out of it.
Mad scientist? You tell me now.
Yeah, because no one's gonna be like upset with mad scientists.
Yeah.
No, and
Dividing the boundary.
she was just talking like, well, you know, we used to play against you guys and blah 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 blah. She's just talking nonsense, and then
like,
we're like,
bitch, ain't nobody talking about football. We're thinking about comedy right now.
yeah, exactly. We were both like just trying to get into the spirit of things or whatever, and she was just spouting nonsense, and she
Yeah.
would not shut the fuck up. So
Again, that was one of those situations where I immediately analyzed the situation, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not talking to her."
yeah, he did one of those. He basically just
I just turned around and
Did
walked.
did she play the guitar while she was up there?
No,
Did she open the
bro.
suitcase?
When they called her on stage, it was like
hot mess.
it was like watching somebody fumble. It was like a fake comedy routine of fumbling life,
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
but it wasn't a joke. It was like her.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
God.
And she was being her authentic self, which whatever, but do that on your own time. We're trying to do stand up here.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, oh gosh.
I was like, "You called that bitch before you called me?"
Yeah.
what?
And look, and I
That
don't know
really
if she-
got you going. It's like I can do this.
Yeah,
right.
I think that's when my headache started. I'm like, I'm not looking at this. Then she left her shit on stage, and then the next people had to come.
Yeah, yeah, and like as the other person got called up to like do their set, she's like fumbling around back there trying to pick up all. I mean, literally, it looked like you know, like Carrot Top. You ever seen
Yeah,
Carrot Top?
yeah,
Where he's
very-
got like a whole suitcase full of shit. Yeah, except she was wearing all the shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
it's so
fucking-
ridiculous, dude.
I mean,
Some people want attention, and she.
I'm not
was
gonna
one
lie.
of
I'm gonna
those.
say it right now. The host of that show was not funny at all.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And what was bad about it was like he was like he was half drunk, but
Yeah.
more than half drunk.
welcome everybody.
I don't give a fuck.
He was not doing, like, he wasn't like moving things along. And okay, but even before that, even before we got to that point, because again, we were all still waiting for Kill Tony. And they had like a bunch of machines, like video game machines and like pinball and stuff like that.
Not one person was playing those either.
No, but in one of
A
the
pinball
games,
machine would be cool.
but we're sitting there, or no, we're just standing there, like kind of looking around and stuff. And like, I'm an observant dude. So like, I kind of like always like aware of my surroundings and trying to like, you know, clock the place. So as I'm looking and I look behind us and like in one of these looked like an old video game or something like that, it looked like there was a kid there
Oh yeah, yeah.
with like another like dude there. And I'm like, oh shit, like did somebody bring their kid? And like, it was weird. Right. And then like, it was just weird, but I'm like, this is Austin. It is weird. So I didn't think anything of it. Towards the end of the night, they called his name.
Oh shit!
And the little kid went, and then me and Jared were like talking. We're going, "Wow, man, that's going to be a cool episode of the kid getting a shot." And we were like,
Just seeing who was being called I was like, all right, this is gonna be a pretty cool one.
mm-hmm.
And he swore me down. It was a kid. I was like, I don't know, man. I think that's just like
Bro.
a person that has like some kind of issue.
yeah,
And he
But I
was
was-
fucking right.
I didn't know that.
He didn't
Yeah.
know
I
that.
was just like, it just didn't feel right for it to be a kid there.
Yeah, first of all, they're serving alcohol at a bar. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
now, again, like you said, it's Austin and it's Texas, so like freedom, you know.
Yeah.
oh, and that's another key word there, freedom.
Yeah.
You really felt like the freedom to
Yeah.
basically say just whatever
Mm-hmm.
and not have like the friggin', you know,
Not have the
Cancel
peanut gallery.
police.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the
And
peanut
they're
gallery.
fucking everywhere. Oh, I heard
here we go.
the most epic thing. This is gonna still be me bashing the DMV.
Go ahead.
But here's what I heard recently, and I can't forget it now.
Tell us, Jared.
DC, not necessarily everybody, but DC is Hollywood for ugly people.
What? Oh, you got to break that down. Okay, I'm sorry. I need a little more.
Think about it.
Need a little more.
You
I don't
go-
know. I
you-
think I know.
you
where
know-
Jared's
you know
going
what
with
I'm
this.
talking
Yeah, no, I think I understand this.
Hollywood for ugly people.
So Hollywood, everybody goes out there. They want to make it as a star. They want
Right.
like and to kind of be a star, you gotta have a certain look. I'm not saying you gotta be fucking Brad Pitt or something, but you gotta look kind of decent to be on camera and shit. So, okay, so there's that dynamic. People come here because they want the same type of power, but it's not necessarily to be on screen. So they come here to be politicians, or they come here to high level government jobs, but they're typically not the prettiest people just because they're just Hollywood for ugly people.
Yeah. No, I
All
understand this. I understand, Jared. I do.
Break it down.
And as somebody who's lived in,
That's what I'm saying. Break it down. If you understand, then
So
break
essentially,
your interpretation of it.
The way I'm viewing it is that if again, Hollywood. When you think of Hollywood, especially as a younger person, you think of the big bright lights. A night out on the town. Like the perfect New York City strip, Broadway experience.
That's
right?
not Hollywood.
Well, just a California Hollywood sign experience.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying. I'm just talking about being a star. Anyway, but when it comes to DC doesn't really have a whole lot of that at all.
We're very grimy. We are.
Yeah, it's if you think about, put it this way, a lot of the famous, I don't even want to use the word famous, but there's only a good handful of people from this region that are famous, that have kind of made it, obviously a huge name for themselves. Dave Chappelle, since we're on comedy, is being one of them.
Well, and actually, I think we were talking about this also. We were talking about DC comedy and how
Martin Lawrence and
again, people are probably going to take this the wrong way too, but a lot of people who stay in DC, unless you make it big, you're going to be a DC comic your entire career.
Yeah.
And that happens. Like New York comics are that way as well. Some LA folks that never go anywhere besides doing the typical, LA, maybe San Francisco and San Diego type thing. You become a regional comic or local comic. I definitely agree with. And that was one of the things I was listening to, like Kevin Hart talk about some advice that he had gotten about basically get out of Philly and see the world. And that'll make you, number one, you'll have more material because you'll see the world. You'll be, some of the funniest people are the ones who basically get
away from home.
Get away from home and observe the world as it is.
Because I've been noticing this, just my own, trying to figure out what I want to do. I don't necessarily want to be a global name. I'd be cool with being a national name, but I want to be able to go to whatever city and still sell tickets. And that was another point I had, and then I just forgot what it was. What would you say right before that?
About local comics and traveling the world and...
Oh, yeah, traveling the world. That's what it was. I feel like when you stay in a place, aside from, you get more material, but your material gets limited to this little fishbowl that you're looking through.
Yeah.
As opposed to being able to get into the ocean and seeing what else. Oh, that's a shark.
Yeah.
That shark might eat me. I don't know if the shark's going to eat me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what a shark is.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I like also being able to just explore new ideas, man.
Yeah.
Because if you're in the same spot the whole time, after a while, it's like you don't really grow as a person.
I think that's what I was trying to say.
And then your comedy, too, also.
Well, no, I was going to say,
better.
Jared's dropping the gems with the analogies and all the whatnot tonight.
Yeah, like a plant. You put a plant into a pot, and it's only going to grow so big because the roots can't expand any farther. So
we are plants.
Yeah, and that's 100% true. We're just like anything else on this planet that grows. Like, we may not grow like roots or shed skin and get bigger like a snake, but we're growing as what a human being is. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. And for me, like the thing that I love about comedy is just finding the funny in every fucking thing, man.
Like the one, I'm not gonna lie, I really like that fucking Matthew Perry joke, and you know what? I'm gonna use it because it's not gonna be anything. It's not gonna be. It's not an ever.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah. Well, disclaimer.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it
If you
does,
didn't already know.
it does suck that Matthew Perry died. It just the main reason it sucks for me though is because I was really looking into getting a hot tub.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
The dark humor. You know what? And somebody sent me one that was like, it's pretty bad. So I'll show it to you.
Rhonda,
here.
that's for you. That's one that I came up with. I don't have a lot of video. Maybe I'll use that as a as a TikTok.
And look, and again, I don't want to offend any people who are like, going through stuff or whatever, and big fans. And again, loss of life, you never want to celebrate that at all. But again, as comedians, and again, this is why I love that Jerry Seinfeld show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. That my favorite episode is that conversation he had with Steve Harvey where they talk about comedy, and Steve saying, "Look, man, I'm just built different. Like I have that eyeball that sees things all differently."
Mm-hmm.
And like when tragedy strikes, guess what? We get the jokes that night.
Yeah.
It is fucking true. And somebody sent me this gem and said, "Too soon? I'm not gonna show it to you, motherfuckers."
No, you can send it to me and I'll send it.
Okay.
No, send that to me. I will post
Oh
that.
my God, the internet, folks, remains
I'll post it.
undefeated.
All right.
If you're gonna have to catch
This
it
is on one of my secure apps. So
No. If you send it to me, then I'll put it. I can put it on the edits when I do the YouTube.
right.
You have to go to YouTube to see it.
Yeah.
If you want.
So I'll send that to you. But yeah, that one is. And again, I don't take credit for that one, but a buddy of mine sent it. He's like, "Too soon?" And again, that's comedy, man. And you make
But
light of some
if
things that
it's-
are dark.
If it's in
But if it's funny,
good context,
And if it's
or
funny.
not good context, good taste,
Yeah.
for the most part, because I wasn't even with the one that I said, I wasn't mean. It was just I was like, man, I was really
Right.
looking forward to getting that thing.
Yeah.
or what about that joke that I wrote on the way to on our way to what was it?
Oh, don't use that. Don't say that one.
I'm not gonna say that one.
That one's not done, and it's gonna be fire.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that's gonna.
I'm
be
excited
fire.
about that one,
Yeah.
but it's a good one. So yeah, it's,
Are we boring you with comedy, motherfucker? Are we boring you guys with comedy?
No. I'm actually having a great time.
Okay.
It's always nice to have somebody else over. It
no,
really is.
and
because he hates me.
I don't hate you. Don't say that. You sound like Al Peppers right now.
but man, it was.
I got a bone to pick with you and Al, right? Again, give me a sec. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
Oh
sure.
no! Please pick that bone. I was just gonna
No,
spout off more
finish your
about
last thought.
just. I'm definitely going back to Austin, dude.
Oh,
like,
100%.
and doing try to get on more shows, and just getting to know. Like again, the energy there is just so different. And my God, my favorite comic that we saw because we caught a couple of shows while we were there.
Oh,
since
we gotta
couldn't
talk.
get
We gotta talk about you and your lack of restraint. No, not there. Finish what you're saying. We'll get there.
I get a little excited. I'm sorry.
Hold on, wait. Let's
I'm a little
rewind.
high energy.
Let's rewind before finish your last
No,
thought.
I was just gonna say, like, we saw a lot of great stuff. The best set that we saw that I absolutely loved is Brian Holzman.
I'm not gonna lie.
That
That
son of a
was
bitch.
definitely my favorite of all.
Son of a
them.
bitch was so funny.
And I wasn't, and a lot of people aren't gonna even know who Brian Holtzman is.
but yeah,
but
look him up, y'all.
He's been around for a long time,
very long time.
and I had never really heard of him like that.
All right.
Maybe I did, but I
He's
I
been
missed
around.
him. Yeah. No, I'm saying I know he's been
Yeah,
around. I
yeah.
just maybe I missed him somehow. And I saw him on Kill Tony a few times, but seeing him in person, it was like we were sitting there. It was like a fucking class on how to do comedy.
Yeah.
It was like,
Masterclass.
bro. It was. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Like I've seen Chappelle live.
Yeah.
This shit was on another level.
Yeah.
I've seen Mike Epps live. This shit was on another level. And I've seen a bunch of other motherfuckers. But nah, man, it made me realize, stop feeling so insecure about your jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just go hard.
Just go with it. Like,
and this guy went fucking
yeah, he
hard.
went hard.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't take it after a while. It was so damn funny. And the way he ended his set was like, again, I don't want to plagiarize but I'm not doing that. But like, let's just say like, I had never seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
and it's so friggin' awesome just to be able to be surprised like that. And like, damn, it's great. And
Especially when you do comedy, when you do stand up, it after a while shit doesn't really make you laugh anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because you've seen every angle. I don't want to say you've seen every. That sounds stupid.
Yeah.
You know the angle they're going to come from.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You can see the joke coming. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't, and a lot of people will say it with Jesselneck.
Yeah.
Was it Josh? What's his first name?
Hold on a second.
Anthony Jesselneck. He has dark humor. A lot of people don't like dark humor. I like dark humor. That shit's funny to me. But even the highest level people will say that's been around, who are making millions, who have like several Netflix specials, they'll say you'll never see half the shit that he said, well, most of the shit that he says ever coming. Like, you think he's going one way and he goes the fucking on a road that it's never been built and might not be built for another 1,000 years. That type of shit.
Yeah. Just wow.
I'm good with the
So
analogies.
straight out of left field.
You're really hitting the analogies tonight, dude.
Smoke some more reefer, Jared.
I don't.
Yeah, good. Stay away from drugs, folks. They make you
alcohol is my only
vice, and it ain't nice.
Yeah.
It ain't nice.
And it makes me feel
That was another thing I did learn on the trip. I learned a lot on the trip, and
That was the whole point, is for us to learn and to grow. And
they came up
so dope.
It hit me in my head the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was talking to somebody, and they were like, "Yeah, I just came back from this social media thing, and blah blah blah. And I feel like I've been smarter than ever." And I'm like, "Well, my trip to Austin was basically my conference that I paid for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you pay for those big conferences to learn knowledge from these gurus. That's exactly what that trip was for me, and it's making me fucking think like. And that's the thing that Bryant Smith said. He was saying like it. He knew he had to work harder. Just when he first got to Austin the first time, he was like, I know I have to work harder if I want to, especially 12 years in, bro. You got to do something.
No doubt.
And just seeing other people do it, and then the camaraderie of like, we all here making jokes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's random people there too that just show up.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I even, like, in a couple of shows, I was bonding with fucking other, like, quote unquote normies.
Yeah.
Just because the shit was just funny. Like, when we, the Holtzman thing, like, the dude that was next to me, like, I never seen this dude in my life.
Yeah.
And we were fucking dying at the end, just fucking going back and forth. That, I don't know, it was a cool experience.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, it's especially, we both enjoy comedy so much, and, you know, it's great to have like a place like that where, man, comedy is just thriving, and it's only getting bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Every other person we talk to is like, oh, I just moved here like 2 months ago. Yeah. Packing up their shit, figuring out how to make money.
That's
and
it.
Just
We're
doing
packing
comedy.
our shit up, Jared.
Hey, bro, I'm down. Again, this is what I was hitting you up with the other night.
Yeehaw!
So,
just wanted to put that.
I don't know I don't want to say you won't, because never say never.
I'll just have to smother my family in their sleep. That's all. Continue, please.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and I was telling Jared,
For the greater good.
I hear you have an aversion to flying. Yes.
No, it was that one time.
It was that one time.
It was the first time in like 20 years. So I just
got it.
And, sir, you can find a dealership job there. There's plenty of dealerships in Texas.
Oh, plenty. Well, in Texas, dude, yeah, they're like, oh, buy the buckets, bro.
Oh, dude,
just to start out. That's all I'm saying.
It's too bad it was a one-time
I think I'm gonna go down there and smuggle cocaine.
No, it wouldn't be hard.
I don't know.
Well, you'd get shot, but okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do
Because
that.
there's bigger people than you.
I'm sure.
I was hoping it was still a phobia with you about airplanes, because I'm like, we're just gonna have to be a Baracus' ass and just fucking knock him out and
Dude,
get him on an airplane.
Yeah, it's like I'm walking to the Uber and you guys come out of the cut and whoop my ass.
Yeah,
and
no,
I
it'd
wake
be
up on
like-
the
it's
plane.
Fucking hit you with some chlorophyll.
No, yeah, we'll just put it in your drink. We're like, here, drink this for a second before we get on the plane. A little cocktail. Next thing you know,
that's what Bill Cosby did. We're not going there.
We ain't going there.
Nice. Yeah, but we didn't fuck him.
Yeah. Please do not do that.
I mean, never mind.
This is getting very awkward very quickly.
His asshole is intact. No,
It
I'm just
is.
kidding. It is intact.
Thankfully. I mean, it's important stuff. I mean,
It's porous. No, I'm just kidding.
you know,
These are jokes, people.
Yeah, it's important to take care of those things. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I'm glad that, seriously, that you guys had a great time down there. And Jared, I'm glad you went down there and you had like your kind of like zen.
Oh, I told him
kind of-
about Bucky's too.
Oh, Bucky's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he's telling me about this gas station from like another planet.
Well,
dude.
it's a chain. It's actually a chain. That's not the only one. They're like
I didn't
many.
say it was the only one.
Yeah, I think you said
No, I didn't. I know.
Go
I didn't.
back and look at
At the
tape.
I said it was like Wawa, but like on a different level.
Oh,
And-
dude, it's
because
so
I even pulled it up.
Yeah,
we
he
saw
showed me-
all the
yeah, he
locations.
showed-
Good.
But
And
he
they're
was-
building one actually not too far from here. I think it's between.
You're fucking lying.
No, look it up.
Oh, bro.
Check
Dude,
me.
dude,
There-
we're going to
it's-
Buc-ee's.
It's actually somewhere between Richmond and going west.
Okay.
I think
Oh,
on
that makes
64.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, like on 64 somewhere
Gotta
maybe.
put it out in Cooterville.
Cooter.
Maybe Winchester.
Every time I see that big
Yeah.
big sign that says Cooters,
Yeah.
Maybe
just
Winchester.
makes me laugh. No, not Winchester. Just say New Bucky's location in Virginia. Yeah, BUCC.
Well, it didn't come up that way.
Yeah, but anyways, Bucky's is amazing, and he had mentioned about the clean bathrooms. He didn't want to go in the bathroom because I told him, hey, you got to check out the bathrooms. Like they win awards for basically like having the cleanest bathrooms.
So did you go in the bathroom?
Oh, many times, but not that time. But
Yeah.
I've been to the Bucky's bathrooms. Immaculate, bro.
Dude, seriously?
Immaculate.
Man,
look,
I-
cleaner than my freaking, and my wife's going to kill me for saying this,
Yeah.
cleaner than my own bathroom.
Damn, dude.
And like they have people that go and like just like, again, with all the traffic that goes through there, they make sure those things are clean. They're all working. There's like maybe like 50 urinals, dude.
There's two.
Yeah,
Well, they're building
along
one.
64.
Hold
yeah.
on, they're building one, and there's
Kent-
the second one's going to be on 81.
Yeah, New Kent County, that's the one on 64. And then the other one, yeah, that's going to be just further out. But dude, that place is amazing. And like ever since they like my sister had one near her house, and man, it's just an amazing place. I spent like crazy amount of money on just like Bucky's swag.
I mean, it's just, I don't know, the way Jared described it, man, is just like, it is a gas station, but it's basically
is.
like a Wegmans per se type thing.
It's so good, dude.
It's all the above.
It's so good.
And even Wegmans still to this day, like even when and on the rare occasion I go in there,
And you have one right here, dude. You should
Yeah, no.
I shop nowhere else.
No, I mean,
I love
essentially
Wegmans.
that's essentially where we do most of our shopping.
To be honest, Wegmans is basically like a fucking giant at this point. To me, it's once you get past all the fucking pomp and stance and fucking like that one section where everything's prepared for you.
Yeah.
And you get into the regular section, it's just a fucking grocery
It's
store.
just a grocery store, but
Yeah.
it's a nice one.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's like a small community, man. It really is. And so
I love
with,
Wegmans.
with that being said, it's just
We got to get shirts made to say that.
with that being said,
Yeah.
I want you to put I want you to inflate my head bigger than it
We
already
could,
is.
you know what we could do? We could make your head look like the Bucky's thing.
Dude, that would
Yeah.
be great, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Put
That
on
one-
a hat.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
And then say, with that being said,
Yeah,
instead
that-
of Bucky's over it.
With that being said,
yeah.
Yeah.
But I just I don't know. I'm
I
like,
have the logo. I have the back. My bad.
now, I just the bathroom thing. The only reason I'm bringing it up again is because when you say
crazy.
it's clean, like I've been in some pretty clean bathrooms, man.
no, dude, not like this. I guarantee you, RJ. Look, I
what
guarantee you.
separates the level of clean is what I'm asking.
Well,
I guess.
it's like, again, you could like smell. There is no like putrid urine smell.
Yeah.
In the men's room where you typically.
Yeah. I mean, being
There's
a guy,
no-
Especially a gas station.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
Dude, there's probably
and if you
shit
and if
piss
you
on
and if
the
you
walls.
do need to do number 2 and go into a stall, immaculate. There's no splatter, like you know,
Yeah,
it's like the
it's-
CSI splatter that you
Dude.
get in some bathrooms, and you're just like, you know.
My friend told me a story one time. He said he was in the 5th grade and they went to some, I guess, greenhouse farm or some, I can't remember, it's somewhere in Ashburn or
Yeah,
something
it
like
doesn't
that.
matter.
No, but he said that they all got on the bus to leave, and then like one of the counselors was like, "Yo, all the boys get off the bus right now." And they took him into one of the bathrooms, and somebody had like taken a shit and like smeared it all over the walls or something like that. So when
That's
you
rough.
said that, it just made me think of that story.
You know what?
That he told me. dude.
That's really shitty.
It is.
Come
It
on,
is,
that
it
was a
is.
layup, dude. Come on.
Oh man.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
there it is,
I
there
love
it
it.
is.
All right, gentlemen, I hate to cut this
This
session short,
motherfucker here.
but
all right.
unfortunately, I am on the clock. I will tell you, I will appear yet again another
Yeah,
time
he's like
when
Houdini.
I have more time. But look, I'm getting a call right now. I don't know from who, but
Getting summoned.
Gonna answer it later.
Yeah.
But don't worry, because I have a bone to pick with RJ anyway. So
Yep. Here
All
it
right, well,
comes.
Anyway, it was great. Awesome was awesome, dude, and I'm glad we got a chance to do that. And again, next time we go, RJ, you got to come with us, dude.
Yeah. All right.
I agree.
I'm coming.
It's
I mean, it
gonna-
might
it's
be
gonna
next time when I'm down there just permanently, but
yeah, that's fine.
And that's good
I
too.
might not
That's
come
good
home.
too. I want him to move down there just so I can
Take
have
that,
like
family.
the hub
Yeah,
that goes.
yeah.
that's what I mean. And I'm telling you, I think like a lot of people are. I know you got to go. A lot of people are feeling some type of way about me wanting to do that, and there's all different reasons why. But again, I think it would open up doors for people from this area to like, because I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know me, come down, do fucking some shit.
It's already happening.
You can
there,
go back
dude.
home.
It's already happening for folks over there.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Not from the DMV, but I'm saying from other cities.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? And you
Like-
know what I'm talking about. But like,
But I ain't heard
yeah.
nobody. I don't know, whatever.
Sometimes it's hard to be a pilgrim.
That's true.
That kind of
Right?
goes back.
Fucking
to
Christopher Columbus over here.
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh, here we go.
take my smallpox blankets down there.
Dude.
And on that note,
All right.
gentlemen, thank you much.
Bobby, thank you for very much coming over, man. You're always welcome. Come over whenever you have time, brother. All right, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. And now just say hello to my mom. Just be like, hey, I will. Hey, mom, and then she's gonna be like, okay, bye, Bobby. You know, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna kind of fix that up while Jared lays into the bone, and that's in my. Hold on, just put that down there.
So heard you might have been playing Payday 3 today.
I did.
It's funny. It's funny. You know what? I kind of tuned in for a quick second. And guess what name I saw on top of another player?
Who's that, Jared?
I don't know, Alley Ice.
Alley Ice. That's
Yeah.
how you got to say it.
Yeah. And I heard you guys talking to each other like you were playing on the same team. Like, you could have been playing together. Wait, a game that I also wanted to play. But I digress.
So, and the argument that I will not win, cannot win.
Well, I know I'm going to hear the excuse.
There's no really excuse. But the
Oh,
excuse,
you just don't fuck with me.
No,
Okay.
no. That's rubbish thinking. It's a rubbish mindset. That's the word of the day. Rubbish. All right.
That ain't the word of the day.
All right. The word of the
The
day.
word of the day is fucked up.
Yeah. And Woody. That's what I'm naming the giant pencil that Jared brought back from Texas.
Okay.
No, we were working on one of the final achievements that we have that typically should only be done with one player, but we decided to do with two. And if you did tune in just for a little bit, you saw that I was just watching a guard walk around a building for what felt like 2.5 hours.
No, I saw somebody run into a fucking camera, and then you were like, which camera did you fucking trigger?
Oh, so you saw the tail end of it. So that achievement in particular requires you to beat that level without sedating or killing a guard on the hardest difficulty. And they're walking all over the place.
Oh, so I can't play with y'all anyway, because y'all don't play for the fun of it. You just play the fucking...
Well, that it was... No. We play it for fun. But for that achievement in particular, those are the requirements that had to be met. And the very end of the level, where Alley Ice had dropped down to run to the elevator for us to finish the mission, the camera that I have initially hacked unhacks itself. But for some reason, it doesn't detect me. It was just... It's weird and glitchy, but we got it done. And that is not because I don't want to play video games with Jared.
That's what it seems like sometimes, but okay.
But do you know what I like talking about with you, Jared?
What's that, RJ?
Loki. I like talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I like talking about things that make you smile and things that generally are good for your well-being, like comedy, like we just did. Shout out to Bobby B.
Comedy is for the soul.
And so with the, I never know how to pronounce it. Is it called the penultimate? What is the appropriate term? The episode before the last one in a season of a series or a show. It's called like the
preamble.
No, it's penultimate or something like that.
I never heard that before.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I know
Episode
how
before the end. What?
So in any TV show or series,
I didn't know there was a.
Yeah, so it's PUN and I think it's like ultimate or something of that nature.
I've never heard the episode before the last episode.
Yeah, of any series. It's if you PEN Ultimate. Here. Yeah, that right there. Next to last.
What the fuck? Where did you learn this shit?
Just reading video game stuff for 20 years and some change.
Oh my god,
Well-
I've never heard this before.
So I didn't realize it meant next to last. This is actually my first time learning the definition.
Looking it up, you just fucking said it.
Well, yeah, I always knew what it referred to.
And it's Merriam-Webster for any of you fucking weird fucks. Oh man, you just got back, bro. We had a fucking epic fucking episode.
Who's just
no
getting
pun
back?
intended, epic, but he came in with 10 gifted subs. Thank you, sir.
Man, that's for missing a great episode, which you can catch every Monday around 9 a.m. live on, well, not live on YouTube, but on YouTube for the visual. Live every Saturday night around 6:30 p.m. Live here on Twitch, and then anywhere you get your audio. That is Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff. I like it. So, what did you think of this week's episode of Loki? Are you kind of because I like the episode so much because it made me think of you directly with the whole fiction and science and him trying to get to a certain point in time and all that other stuff. And I was like, oh man, this is like a Jared tailored episode.
It was fucking a dream.
Yeah, no, it was really cool.
When I heard when he fucking brought the word fiction in, and I didn't even realize when I was watching it that the name of the episode was science/fiction.
Yeah.
I was when they brought it up, and I was like, oh shit, they're talking about science fiction in a science fiction show.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was fucking cool. That was actually, it was, I think it was my favorite episode just because of bringing the literature part of it.
Yeah, no.
Along with the science side of it, along with him building a temp pad as quick as he did. He was like, it took me 8 months and I divorced my wife and all this. I'm like, bro, it's still a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Relative to what Loki was thinking about as far as he was thinking, oh, it only took you a few minutes.
Yeah.
He was like, no, it didn't take me. It took me. But I guess he was being technical when he said it took me fucking 18 months.
Yeah.
But at the same time, 18 months to build some shit that fucking makes you go from one time period in space and time.
Yeah, that's not a long time at all, man.
To another place and time is kind of fucking crazy. I mean, he had the instructions that he wrote. I'm very curious to see how they sum this up.
Well,
there's gonna be a cliffhanger because it's gonna lead into some other shit. But I'm curious to see how they sum this whole thing.
So that's kind of my whole. Oh,
keep going.
Yeah, that was kind of my whole thing. Before we started the show, I was telling you that for the first time in a while, with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'm actually really kind of thinking, hey, what's coming next? Because we really don't know. Because they're manipulating time and all these different timelines and different years, and people don't remember who they are. Now they're trying to get back before it even happened and all this other stuff to, quintessentially fuck with your head.
I don't think, I don't know. Maybe
I don't think that's
I watch a lot of time travel sci-fi stuff, or I've seen a lot of time travel. I love sci-fi so much that, and a lot of sci-fi has time, some type of time element in it.
Yeah.
So I've always tried to actually figure out, like, that's why I get into like quantum physics and like the deep shit, because I want to understand like what the show. I get it, it's fiction.
Yeah.
But there's a reason it's called science fiction. It's because it's based in theoretical science.
Yeah, no, and that's why I thought the episode in particular was really cool. I thought it was really well written. And then I was like, oh, man. I was like, this is like the episode, again, just made for Jared, man. Just the way they were breaking everything down and using the analogies like with the coffee mug and the pencils and the aura and all that. And I'm just like,
it made it simple for people to understand what was going on. Because they could have used like bigger terms. They could have done formulas and all that shit, but they just simplified it into a point where anybody could kind of understand what was happening.
Yeah, no, and I think that's kind of why I liked it too, because obviously you have a bigger brain for these things
Well,
than I do.
That's what I was trying to get at. Like, there's a 2-part episode. Actually, it's the finale of Star Trek: The Next Generation, where Picard is traveling through time,
Yeah.
and there's a whole bunch of time elements to it and all that shit. But it took me a long time to actually understand it, because when I see shit like that, ever since I've been a kid, I've always been trying to work out, well, how did this happen? Why did this happen?
Yeah.
And it spent me a long time to understand what was actually going on in that show. And I really, the only way to really understand it was to actually study what space and time and like the grandfather paradox and all that shit is. And a lot, actually, there's some kind of grandfather paradox stuff going on in Loki. But like, if you don't know, if I just say that, you're not gonna know what it is. You got to go look it up to figure out what it is. Yeah, of course. But then once you know what that stuff is, then you can kind of like, this is again where the science and the fiction come together. Yeah, it's not the what, why, and the who. It's the you know. Yeah.
No. I gotcha.
But then just like my bad, like writing a sentence in literature. This is actually now we're talking about this episode was kind of deep, because they talk about,
it's actually very deep for the season in general.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying for this episode in general, just talking about like literature and storytelling. So they combined all that stuff, and then they like in English, what was the first thing you learn when you're writing a story, or even a sentence? I think it's a sentence too. It's like the who, what, when, why, and how. Yeah. They didn't talk about the how here, but they talked about all the others. Yeah. And that's how you write a story. Yeah. Who, what, when, where, how. Yeah. And then, of course, and then why. Boom. So, like, and they brought that up, and they had the notes on the board and all that, and that's his notes that he wrote for that story in that book that he was trying to peddle. Yeah. So, and then they get into the science. He was like, "Oh, I'm also a theoretical physicist." Like, geez, like you're made for this entire thing, and like that's why I don't know. It's hard to explain.
It's a very if you're kind of new to the series, and which I don't think anybody's really new to the MCU in general, but it gets really into some mind-bendy kind of stuff, but. For the simpletons, such as myself, it is broken down into kind of layman's terms. Things
and
that are easy
if you take my suggestion and go to fucking New Rockstars and watch the breakdown after the shows, then you'll understand even more.
I am so intelligent.
I didn't say you weren't intelligent. I'm saying add to your understanding of the show.
It gives me less.
Because there's stuff that you're going to miss that they will point out to you. And you can be like, oh, shit. They'll even go back to other parts of the MCU, like when blah, 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 blah. And so you can connect the two.
Damn, that's got to be one hell of a job just to decipher.
Oh, no, they fucking do work, bro. Like, he be...
I feel like they're the meme where the guy's, like, got his hand on the board and he's, like, pointing at
I'm telling you, you need to get on it. It's on YouTube. You say you're always on YouTube, so I don't know how you haven't gotten into this yet. Like, just watch the last breakdown. Okay. And I'll even send it to you if you need me to, because I feel like I have to fucking spoon feed you everything.
No. But what I did watch briefly this week
didn't answer my question, but or my comment.
I'm sorry.
Keep going. That's just a fact of what I was saying.
Anyway, no, but I saw that trailer you had posted for that new samurai show that's coming out on.
That shit looks dope.
Is it called Shogun?
Shogun?
Shogun, yeah.
You know what a shogun is, right?
It's a samurai, right?
He's the leader of the samurai. Leader of a certain clan. He's the leader of the clan of certain clans of samurai.
Yeah, okay, that is correct. Of course it's correct because it's a fact. Oh my God, see how that works?
You know what a Ronin is, right?
That is a ninja samurai.
No.
/ wait, it's like, is it like an outcast?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So to be, yes, they could be at outcast. Yeah. But to be outcast as a samurai, it means that you don't have a master. You don't have a shogun. Nobody's like, so to be a Ronin, you're a masterless samurai.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. All right. Embedded in my brain. We'll never forget it again.
That's why Ronan Jackson was born.
But I was gonna say that trailer looked really, really cool, man.
Oh, the Gen V breakdown is out. For Shogun? Yeah, it does. It has my dude. I always fucking forget Hiro Shuma. I always forget his name. Sonata is his last name.
Yeah, he's in a couple of big
He's in
films.
a lot of shit.
Yeah,
he was in Lost. He was in. What was he in recently?
Isn't he in The Last Samurai too?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like the lieutenant, the main lieutenant in Last Samurai.
So the moment I saw him,
that's why I learned about him.
Okay,
but he's been doing stuff in Japan, like movies in Japan, a long time.
Yeah,
he was in the last John Wick.
That's right, he was.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him in the trailers. I haven't seen it, but I do remember seeing him.
He's one of my favorite actors. I love Japanese shit.
Yeah,
and the fact that he's a martial artist / he plays a samurai in damn near everything.
Yeah.
But he's just good at it. But he was in Lost toward the last few seasons.
Yeah, I do remember. Remember.
Yeah,
really dope show. I wouldn't mind rewatching.
Hinata is his last. I actually been thinking about rewatching it recently.
I started. Do you know what a show that everybody really, really likes, and I liked it quite a bit too, but I never went back to like rewatch it for any reason? Is Prison Break.
I don't really like it. I think I watched a couple episodes. I didn't like it. I saw somebody post about it, and everybody was all up in the air that it's coming back.
Yeah,
but
I thought like the first 2 seasons were really good, and then because there's only 5, and the other 3 were fine. I mean, they weren't bad, but it's like, how many prisons can you get locked into, man? How many can you like escape?
I think it's the same prison. I don't know. It doesn't.
It's and then like he's got like the whole prison like tattooed on his body and shit, and you're just like, whoa! It's got like all the pipes and shit. It's like really, it's a cool show. But I started watching just a couple episodes randomly the other night during the week, and not that I'm gonna finish it, but I was remember the hype around it. Everybody's like, oh, it's awesome, and it's a good show. I do like it, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I would put it up there with some of the other stuff in recent years, just from memory and my whole understanding. Is that how you pronounce it?
No. Give me a second.
But what are your guys' thoughts on Prison Break, if you've ever seen it? Guy purposefully gets himself arrested to be put in the same prison that his brother is in because he's been convicted of murdering a man, even though he didn't murder the man, but there's evidence saying he did, and they try to break out, and they do, but they end up in another prison, and they got to break out, and then all this other shit happens. So what do you guys think of it, if you've ever seen it, or what's a show that you really like that nobody talks about?
I was close enough. It's Hiroyuki Sanada.
Sanada. That actually is a lot easier to pronounce than I thought it was going to be.
But it's not hard to. It's not easy to remember.
No.
Bro, every time, I look it up all the time, and I know him. I'm like, he's one of my favorite actors / martial artists because it says it right there. But I can never remember how to say his name, and I feel bad for that.
Well, I mean, he's a fucking badass. So
yeah, he is a badass.
Being a badass.
That's one guy I would say. We were talking a while ago, like, who would you want to meet? Definitely him.
Yeah, that would be a cool celebrity to meet.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. Just because he seems like a really down to earth guy, and just with his and then with his vast, obviously martial arts background and just knowledge and everything, I'm sure it's like talking to like some grandmaster or something like that, or just
No, it's just I like everything that I've ever seen him in. I liked him in it, and I like the culture and all that stuff. So, look at this guy. No. I'm not even gonna read your comment, buddy. Everybody just read it on the screen. It's because I'm upset at you too. You missed why I'm upset, and I won't go back into it. You're just gonna have to watch it on YouTube on Monday. And I'm talking to you, Ali Ice.
Dude.
Shout out to you, Ghost Chips.
Passions? What the hell is Passions?
What are you talking about?
Passions, that show that Ali Ice is talking about. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. Is that? I thought that was the movie with Mel Gibson where he played Jesus.
No, that's called Passion of the Christ.
Oh.
Passions might be a TV series. Here, type it in. Just
probably
type
a soap opera.
It's hopefully we don't pull up porn. If we do, it's okay, folks.
They can't see it anyway. If I do,
let's see. Passions. There we go.
That's a movie.
It's a movie. Drama. What does that say? Melodrama.
No, it's a soap opera. Yeah, I knew it was a soap opera. That's what I just said.
Let's see. What is this about?
It's a soap opera, man.
No, it's probably about like love and regret. Oh, just looking at
it's a soap opera. What else? Did you ever seen a soap opera?
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen them, especially with my grandma.
I actually think I have seen a couple episodes, maybe a while ago.
Oh man, dude,
I'm trying to remember who was in it.
9 seasons. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, soap operas can last a long time without you even knowing who the fuck is on there.
Oh, it's got a 5.9 on
A bunch of nobodies, sir. A bunch of nobodies.
Oh, my God. Harmony is I don't even know what that word says. In a small New England town. Oh, so it takes place up there, up north.
That's New England. He's not in New England.
No, I know, but he's a big Pats fan. So it doesn't surprise me that it takes place in New England.
Doesn't change anything. Still upset at you, Ali Ice. You get no love from me today.
Yep. Sorry about that, Ali Ice. But do you know what is coming up, Jared? And what I wanted to briefly touch on before we kind of wrap things up is next Friday, or this upcoming Friday, we will be having Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 coming out, launching globally with multiplayer, zombies, and...
he said, what did I do? I don't know. Watch the show on Monday. You'll find out. Or watch the VOD after this is over. Go back and watch the VOD.
And what I was going to say is... So if you pre-order the game right now, this is
the Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not buying that shit.
You have early access to the game's campaign. And what Activision has done, and I just found out about this.
Some more bullshit, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm not a super big fan of it. What they have done is they have taken Modern Warfare and created a Call of Duty central hub.
What the fuck does that mean?
It essentially, with Modern Warfare 3 being released, it is going to be packaged into one central hub with Modern Warfare 2. So it's essentially one game. So I'll give you an example as an achievement hunter. Yeah, so they've taken basically the Modern Warfare out of the name completely, and it now just says Call of Duty with the copyright emblem and all that. And my 100% progress that I had for just the campaign and all that stuff is now at 50 because they are including Modern Warfare 3 in this giant central hub that is going to take up a whopping 253 gigabytes.
You know what? I'm going to tell you right now. And here's the best way to fucking fix this. I know we don't have the largest audience. However, if you spread it out to people or whatever, don't buy this shit, man. Because they're going to keep doing this shit every fucking year. And they're going to keep telling y'all, oh, we got some new stuff. We're going to make it back for how it was before. Fuck them. They're going to keep putting this. All they're doing now is just fucking putting the skin over the last game they put out last year. What the fuck? Are you okay? Are you okay with buying this shit?
No, I'm not. And that's what really kind of threw me off because I was looking forward to its own separate game. And Call of Duty campaigns are what they are. I play them for the fun of them, the couple hours.
That's fine, but I'm not paying $70 or that shit's probably going to be $100.
Yeah, for some ultimate.
Get all the guns and get all, like, fuck you, dude. I'm not paying that shit.
48 days of free experience.
Nope. I'm boycotting fucking Call of Duty, and nope. Build a new game. Build a new fucking game.
I agree, Jared. And I wanted to let you know that I, as a Call of Duty elite, as I like to call myself.
You're still going to buy it. I know you are.
Well, it's Al's turn, so Al's buying it. Yeah. So, but
Al, don't buy that game.
Come on, Al. Oh, he's kind of mad at me. He's kind of mad at me too, so it's all right.
Why is he mad at you?
No. So last night,
I'm the only one that's supposed to be mad at either of you.
Which is fine. We are completely okay with that. What I was going to say, I actually worked a little later last night. I got home, got online, played, believe it or not, a couple of games of Fortnite. Because
every fucking streamer and their brother would play Fortnite.
So I just want to tell you, I'm not a huge Fortnite guy. I do have fun occasionally playing it. Not too bad at it either. But yesterday, and I'm kind of, when the game. So what Fortnite has done, it's been out for a good several years now. They have reverted back to the original OG, quote unquote, map. And about 5 to 6 million people yesterday, no bullshit, were trying to play this all at the same time.
I saw every streamer that's normally playing GTA roleplay trying to play that game. Not trying to, but they were playing it. But they kind of grew up in that era. At this point, they started out playing that shit, but whatever.
And I will tell you, I got home late, so I did not have to wait in any giant queue time to get into a game. But Ali Ice said him and a buddy got on earlier in the afternoon, kind of at that peak population, and it took them almost 15 minutes to get into a game, which normally happens in about 10 seconds.
Well, welcome to being a role play player when you don't have priority on the server.
But it just amazes me how big Fortnite still is. But
a couple weeks from now, that's just not going to.
It's going to die down. Now, this event is only lasting a month, so it's not some. But with the vast, just from the numbers yesterday, I don't know if they're going to extend it. But it just goes to show you that if you kind of give people what they want, they will. They just going back to the Call of Duty thing. I know people are still going to buy it, but they're going to bitch about it. Ain't nobody bitching about Fortnite.
No. You can't bitch about it if you pay your money for that shit and you know what it is. There's no bitching. Like, shut up.
Yeah, you're getting essentially.
You're adding to the problem by just giving them money because all they're going to do is like, you know what? They bought it last year. Let's do it again.
Yeah, and it stinks too because I'm a COD fan.
And I get it. You want your business and your fucking corporation. You want to make money. But, bro, you're sacrificing the quality for the quantity. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%. 100%. And it kind of goes to there a lot of gaming news kind of happened this week. I know you're not a Destiny fan. I haven't played it in years, but Bungie unfortunately had about over 100 layoffs this week, and they're kind of in a shitty position as a company right now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Blizzard's about to be there too. They just had their BlizzCon or whatever.
Yeah,
all they're doing is re-releasing WoW, bro.
Yeah, I've never been a huge...
I'm not a WoW fan. We're not going to talk about it.
No. Same here.
They had this big cinematic fucking thing that looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then it's like the gameplay is booty again. I mean, it's just normal WoW.
Yeah, same shit.
Yeah.
Different, just a clear coat
Tell
over it.
y'all keep buying these games from these motherfuckers, and they're gonna keep fucking putting out shit.
And
that's all there is to it.
It stinks because I look at Bungie. I always hold Bungie close to my heart because they did create the original Halo trilogy. However, and since I am talking about Halo Infinite, which had a pretty negative response a little after launch with how bare bones it was, is now kind of thriving with new management on their end and just the amount of content they've been putting out lately. And so I'm looking forward to what they're coming out with next. But I'm just saying the whole consensus of this conversation is if you kind of give fans really what they know, what they want, what they know is right, then you're going to thrive regardless. So I don't see why they're doing this whole central hub thing and packaging it into one game. It's unnecessary. It's making things overly complicated. The user interface is already complex as fuck for a Call of Duty game. Now I feel like I'm gonna be like doing this and this just to find domination or search and destroy.
No, I don't think that's gonna be an issue. My issue is you're just reskinning a game that you put out last year. That's all you're doing. And I don't know. The campaign was cool. I liked the campaign. I actually played it a couple times, so I was into it. And I played a couple online. Actually, I'll be 100% honest. Playing online multiplayer was more fun when it was just only PlayStation players.
Yeah. So when it comes to crossplay, I'm actually glad you brought that up. Because crossplay is a very big thing now, especially across multiplayer games abroad.
Yeah, but if you got a fast-ass computer, you're going to be way ahead of everybody else.
And you can learn this a lot, one from COD. You can definitely tell a difference when you're playing somebody in Halo who's using a mouse and keyboard with their battle rifle as opposed to me.
It's not so much that, it's their refresh rate.
Just their field of view. They can do all sorts of different things. So that I understand. But it's very noticeable. In games, and you can notice it highly in a game like Apex as well, especially Apex. And so basically, if I run towards somebody and I see how they're moving, I'm like, oh, I don't want to fuck with that guy because that guy he's twitching all over the place. He's some kid that's
just because your refresh rate is slower. You're getting less FPS than he's getting.
Oh yeah, I know. And it sounds silly, but those little details can definitely have a huge advantage and disadvantage in a one-on-one gunfight. And I know this from years of experience. Trust me. And getting killed.
Yeah, get you a computer.
I'm going to get a computer. I'm going to build a supercomputer, and me and you are going to become Megamind.
You've been saying that a long time.
I say a lot of things. And I say a lot of things for a lot of long times, folks, because when I say a lot of long things for a lot of long things,
all right. I'm not gonna say what I want.
Yeah, it's but regardless, folks. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 206.
I'm definitely designing that fucking shirt,
dude. I do it like this past week. I was saying, what was I saying constantly? Fuck, I can't remember, but it's a good thing.
Probably saying with that being said 35 times.
Thank you for listening to episode 206 of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. I mean, come on, 206 episodes of any podcast, any show. I mean, we've got to be doing something right.
Well, apparently we're not doing anything, but I'm not. I digress.
Well, whoever said that's absolutely incorrect. You know, the podcast is cool. It's fun. It's fun. It's meant to be fun. It's not to create any type of whatever the fuck's going on. It's meant to be fun, and we have a blast. You guys are always welcome to join us via the chat. You can listen to us anytime after the show, where you get your audio. That's Apple Music, Spotify. I mean, any major audio streaming app, you will find us. YouTube, I mean, come on, man. We're everywhere. Every platform that you can think of, medium in terms of either visual or audio.
And when I'm not lazy, I create TikToks and put them on or shorts.
Yeah, I mean, we got some
and it's
stuff.
not even me being lazy. It's just I ain't got time to do it. Like search through the content and cut it down into like 1 minute sizable things that are interesting. That takes a lot of work.
It's a lot of skill. There's a lot of skill, and there's a lot of time, and there's a lot of especially time and effort put into this show. You might not see it on
more
your end.
than you motherfuckers will ever know.
We want to say we will see you guys next week for a very epic podcast. And until then, as always, like, share, comment, subscribe, and be safe. And we will see you guys next week. Peace. I like how I said
You so hard you won't see nothing ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit scientist